Farmers may derail Tony Abbott's plans for direct action to combat climate change. The opposition is promising more trees and no taxes, but farmers are demanding millions of dollars in compensation.
It's enough to make you cry. Farmer Peter Spencer about to lose his property because he owes his sister $1 million. He used a 52-day fast to demand compensation for a ban on clearing his land.
I'm saying, if you want to use my property for your purposes, pay.
He rejected a $2 million state government offer and will join hundreds of farmers next week demanding protection for their property rights, on the very day Tony Abbott will be looking to those on the land to play a major role combating global warming.
Our climate change policy will be about direct action to improve the environment and to reduce emissions.
More trees, better land management and energy-efficient buildings, all part of the mix, with no talk of compensation.
I'm not here to tell Tony Abbott why he's saying what he's saying. He has political reasons for doing that.
There is tension in the coalition over what demands to make on farmers. Tony Abbott has said he's not targeting prime farm land, but he is promising to cut emissions without putting a price on carbon pollution.
There will be no increased taxes to fund this particular policy.
The government says it sounds like a magic pudding and will try again to have the Malcolm Turnbull amended emissions trading bills passed.
When we put this legislation into the Parliament, let's see how the other mob respond. Mr Abbott has had 5 different positions on the emissions trading scheme.
Paul Bongiorno, 10 News.
The cash-strapped New South Wales government is being accused of holding a fire sale to fund election bribes. 12 of the city's most prominent waterfront sites are now on the market.
As the guest of honour on Australia Day, the Premier was gushing praise for Darling Harbour.
This harbour is not just part of our history, it is a place where we celebrate Australia and its future.
But that future includes offloading a dozen parcels of Sydney's prized waterfront real estate in multi-million-dollar 99-year land leases. Up for grabs, 6 prestigious hotels, 3 commercial car parks, the world-famous Sydney Aquarium and Wildlife World, IMAX Theatre and the Harbourside Shopping Centre.
The assets that this government are going to sell off are the crown jewels of Sydney.
The properties earn the government $70 million rent each year. The opposition and Greens say leasing them is a pre-election cash grab, which will leave ratepayers $7 billion poorer.
So to make up for it, what can we expect? Increases in road fines, in land tax, in water charges, electricity charges. It is so short-sighted and so wrong of this government.
Pain likely to be compounded when state lotteries are sold at a cost of $500 million a year. The state government denies the $7 billion sell-off is short-sighted and desperate. It says the profits will be ploughed into essential services like schools, hospitals and its controversial metro system.
I think it's actually a good time because we've weathered the global financial crisis.
The government insists the sites are only being leased long-term and won't be sold off permanently. Tenders close on April 30. Brett Mason, 10 News.
Let's take a look at sport now with Brad and Andy Murray, the pride of Scotland, one step closer to his dream of a Grand